Hello Aries, so I'm doing your weekly reading for November the 25th to December the 2nd. I'm going to take a look at what is going on in your situation. We'll find out why it's happening. We'll look at your blind spot, anything that is working for you, and of course, how it is all likely going to play out as well. So your situation, the porcupine and the anemone and boundaries. So it is basically what it says on the tin, right? It's you putting your boundaries into force, into action. You not putting up with any kind of bullshit off anybody for any kind of reason. You're literally you're taking this hard line, right? Your boundaries are super, super important. You're not giving anyone permission to trample all over them or all over you. That's not to say, though, that someone hasn't been trying, because usually when this card comes out, it does indicate that somebody has been trying to push the boundaries with you. If this is a situation that is currently ongoing, then it's a reminder for you to put your boundaries, like reinforce your boundaries, okay? A lot of people, they know what that is, but they don't really know on a deep level what that is. So imagine someone is doing something that makes you feel extremely uncomfortable, and you've told them, can you stop doing that? I don't like it. But then they just keep doing it, right? What are you going to do at that point? Okay. Anything that makes you feel uncomfortable, that means that there needs to be boundaries that you set around that particular situation, okay? Now, obviously, the porcupine, that's a very well known symbol of self-defense, okay? So we all know about the porcupine quills. The anemone, they turn downwards during heavy rainfall in order to protect their petals, okay? So the heavy rainfall would be a metaphor for a sudden onset of emotions. It's possible, Aries, that somebody around you might be struggling to keep a good handle on their own emotions. Are they taking it out on you? It's likely. It is likely with this coming out as your situation. So again, reinforce your own boundaries with that one. I feel with this one that this is indicating that, look, you're not going to be able to sort out everyone else's problems for them, okay? You've got to take good care of yourself and of your own needs first and foremost. Are your needs even being met? Are you meeting your own needs? Is someone else trying to get you to compromise with your own boundaries? Or are they trying to convince you to lower your standards here, right? So there's a lot of questions surrounding that particular message. But again, only you're going to know, okay? Because I don't know you, I don't know your life. You're going to know how that's playing out. And then you've got the crow and dogwood, and it says intelligence. So as we all know, crows are fantastic at solving puzzles, okay? They can even learn how to speak, I believe. So put in your intelligence to very good use this week, Aries. You're going to be able to problem solve your way through this situation to do with an individual trying to take the piss, right? So there's also the message here about using your incredible gifts at foresight. There can be a bit of using tools. So yeah, thinking differently about your problem in order to find a solution. Because crows can use tools, right? They're so amazing. You are more than capable of solving any issue, any problem that comes your way this week, Aries. And I'm feeling again, with that being an animal of flight, that your freedom is paramount to you. But also with that message of foresight, there's something here about expansion that's coming through as well. You might want to consider your next stages of your own growth, of your own expansion. So if you're a business owner, how are you going to expand on that business? How are you going to take it up to the next level? And using your powers of foresight in order to help you obtain that. Okay. Yeah, so the combination of these two, I do understand this energy as you being, I don't want to use the word plotting, right? Because that can sound a little bit negative. Oh, Aries, you're plotting. I don't mean it in the negative, okay? You're planning, see, you're plotting, you're planning your next move. There's a lot of confusion as well that's coming through with this energy, because it's almost unassuming, right? So I definitely feel like it's likely you're going to be misunderstood this week. Okay. That's just the general kind of vibe that I'm getting off this energy for you guys this week. When someone does misunderstand you, try not to take offense at that, okay? Again, with the message of good use of tools, you can use that to your advantage. And oftentimes you will find that when people misunderstand you, they play right into your hands, okay? I don't know if you found that, but I've certainly found that. You know, just sort of misjudged constantly. A lot of weird-ass, strange assumptions being made about you. But yeah, you can use that to your own advantage. Okay. Right. Can you tell us more about the situation for Aries with their boundaries, please? The situation for Aries with their boundaries. Okay, Ace of Cups. Interesting. Emotional boundaries. Could be spiritual boundaries also. I feel that this is more to do with emotional boundaries. Intelligence, tools, possible emotional trickery, emotional manipulation. Yeah, it's very probable. You got the Page of Cups that came out, but it came out ever so slightly off center, right? There's a whole question mark of trust surrounding this situation. This could be self-trust. This could be trust in another person. Again, just take it as it resonates. But there is a question mark surrounding trust. Okay, can you tell us more about this trust message for Aries and their boundaries? The thing is, Aries, if you don't trust anyone, you don't have to let them in at all, okay? The Hierophant and the Five of Cups with the Seven of Cups has come out squiffy. Okay, interesting. Your models, your ethics, your values, what and who is important to you. And then we've got this loss energy with the Five of Cups. Confused. How did that happen? Why did that happen? Okay. Aries, I'm under the impression that you gave somebody multiple warnings multiple times. And I'm understanding that they refused to listen. They refused to respect you, to respect your boundaries. So you've had to cut someone off here. Even though you probably didn't want to, you had to for your own safety. Which again is an interesting word to come through, for your own safety, right? So that this person was considered dangerous, emotionally dangerous, spiritually dangerous, because they're not respectful of people's time, space, their boundaries. They played you for a fool as well, with that intelligence message being your strongest overall energy. So they underestimated you, played you for a fool, right? Okay, what's this Five of Cups? What's this Five of Cups? Yeah, Eight of Swords. Trying to figure out their next move. So that would imply that they're trying to get back to you, trying to get back with you. You've got the Ten of Cups at the bottom of the deck. But I feel that they're trying to do that without any kind of change to their behaviour. And again, that's why it's a bit dangerous. Okay, why is this happening? Metamorphosis with the frog and the lotus, yeah. So the frog energy, it is a symbol of change and metamorphosis, okay, because they have to go from the frog spawn to the tadpole, and then from the tadpole to the frog. There's quite a lot of change in a reasonably short amount of time. Why is this happening? Either you're forced to change, or you're forced to change something up, or this is you making a point to this other person, look, you can't keep doing this, something needs to change. But change is the reason why this is all happening, right? This is a solid reminder that change is a natural process. It indicates that a healing balance, it can definitely be achieved. And also the lotus, that's rebirth. If I remember correctly, the lotus, they dip beneath the water every evening and then they pop back up again every morning. And that's why they're symbols of rebirth. But listen, change is difficult, okay? It can be a struggle, but the end result is often incredibly beautiful. So it indicates that change is necessary for growth, right? And then the symbols of rebirth, I mean, it might be someone's wanting to give you another chance, or you're wanting to give this other person another chance, okay? Again, you just have to take it as it resonates. But that second chance cannot come without the change. That's the whole point. That's why this is happening. That's literally what they're telling you there with that message. The second chance cannot come without the change. Okay, again, just be smart with these readings, okay, because they are general readings. They're not going to resonate for everyone. And of course, not everyone is deserving of a second chance, right? Be smart with these reads. Can you tell us more about why this is happening for Aries, please? The Ten of Pentacles and Temperance. Ten of Pentacles, that's long-term energy, right? Safety, security, it's family. This could be a member of your family, with it being legacy and connections. And then you've got Temperance as well. Balance, harmony, self-control, transmutation. Okay, yeah, because it's the card of alchemy, so it's transmutation. Right, I need to take a deeper dive into this. What's this Ten of Pentacles for Aries? Your financial situation's changing up for anyone who is here and you have been struggling of late financially, okay? Things are going to get better for you on the financial front. You've got the Tower that's coming out to clarify the Ten of Pentacles with Temperance. Feels like someone's frustrations and anger is all coming out. I don't like to think that they're taking out their anger and frustrations out on you, but I can't ignore that that's a possibility as well. Yeah, Ten of Wands, that's also coming out. Someone's needing to drop the burden here, okay? It's like they're needing to give themselves time and space to process everything, so that they're not feeling constantly annoyed irritated or angry about everything. There's someone angry about a 10 of Pentacles. And tell us more about this 10 of Pentacles. Is that like a member of your family? I haven't a clue. The 6 of Wands reversed. You're angry because you felt like you weren't given a chance. Someone feels like they weren't given a chance, either you or them. The 6 of Wands reversed. And they're hoping for the benefit of the doubt here. This is Temperance. Yeah, the 2 of Pentacles, that's come out squiffy. Aye, okay. Very dysregulated energy with the 2 of Pentacles coming out like that. It's almost like someone doesn't know what it is that they want right now, right in this very moment. It's like they keep changing back and forth, they keep changing their mind, because that's emotional dysregulation. Right, so that's what needs to change as well. Okay. Interesting. What's going on in your blind spot? The fox and the ivy, adaptability. Yeah. First message with this one, Aries. What is it that you need to cash away for a rainy day? Because foxes are incredible at cashing their food away. So apparently you need to cash something away for a rainy day, right? Be smart with your resources. That could be your time, your affections, your finances, right? Foxes are natural born survivors. They're incredibly adaptable. So you will be able to adapt and quickly to your new set of circumstances. Can you tell us more about this fox and ivy? And also with the ivy, that can take root basically anywhere. Okay, you might find yourself having to move suddenly, right? So if you do find yourself suddenly having to move, try not to stress about it, because you're going to feel right at home in your new place really, really quickly. Okay, it's that ivy, it can take root anywhere. That's what, wasn't it? It used to be called the plant of chaos, because it grew literally anywhere and everywhere, and it could cause damage as well. It could cause damage to like your structures and shit, because it just can't really tell the difference between, oh, I'm growing in cement, or oh, I'm growing in soft soil. Like, either it can't tell the difference, or it just doesn't give a shit. Either way, right? And it survives, like, it survives everything that you chuck at it. Literally everything. It's one of the main reasons why ivy is one of my favourite plants, because it just doesn't give a shit. It is so ridiculously resilient, right? And that's coming out in your blind spot, Aries. You're far more resilient and adaptable than you give yourself credit for, right? You are going to adapt to your new set of circumstances really quick. And the Page of Swords, it's the card of the investigator, the card of the detective. It's like you keeping a lookout. You keeping a lookout. Or someone could be keeping a lookout for you. It's in your black. Okay. Okay, tell us more. Judgment. Interesting. Because that's come out ever so slightly off centre as well. Okay, yeah, I do feel that there is somebody around you, Aries, that you don't know is actually keeping a lookout for you. Okay. It's almost as if that individual, they don't want to ask you straight out, Aries, do you need help? Right? Because they kind of know how you're going to feel about that. Because you are more than capable of taking care of your own shit, right? That's not what they're thinking, right? This isn't someone who thinks that you can't take care of your own shit. This is someone who's like, you know what, I love Aries, I care for Aries, I just want the best for them. I'm just going to keep a lookout for them here behind the scenes and just see if they need any help, right? But I don't think they're going to ask you straight out, do you need any help? So again, in your blind spot, it's like you're being told it's okay for you to ask for help, when you've fallen on hard times. Okay, Four of Cups. You're not being a menace, you're not being a bother, you're not being trouble. Okay, sometimes it's always better to ask for some kind of help. Ace of Wands at the bottom of the deck, yeah, in order to get going again, right? There is the energy of a restart. There's a restart. So again, that ties in with the information that you had about someone. You weren't going to give somebody another chance until they gave you evidence that they have changed, right? That's that restart energy. So you're dealing with multiple people. One of them's wanting to have a restart with you. You're trying to restart your life in general, but you're needing a bit of a boost. And then you've got someone who's keeping an eye on you, who's not that person there. It's someone completely different, who's like, do you know what? Any signs that Aries needing help, I'm just going to jump in and help them. Okay, what's working for you? The Otter and the cattail and peace. Yeah. So you keep your intentions on creating a happy, beautiful, peaceful life, right? And again, like given the circumstances that we've seen coming out of your tarot read, that's gonna feel like a bit of a fantasy, right? But it's saying, look, the otter, it literally glides through the water with so much grace and fluidity that it looks like it's part of the water itself. It's so carefree, playful, joyful, right? This is all about building more joy and focused on more things that bring you peace in your life. That's really, really going to help you out. So again, where you got someone who's basically trying to have a second chance with you without changing anything first, that's not going to be the path towards peace, right? It isn't. Because they haven't changed. They haven't changed anything. So it's not going to work, right? And this plant is also the cattail. It's a plant of peace and prosperity as well. And this is saying, Aries, you are entering a time of peace. So enjoy it and allow yourself to relax fully into the peaceful moments, okay? Work on protecting your peace as well, because it is something that you need to protect. And whenever you've got individuals who are, doing all this kind of stuff, it's not very peaceful, is it? So you don't have to engage with anything that isn't going to bring you peace. Can you tell us more about what is working for Aries, please? Yeah, the Four of Pentacles. Conserving what you have. Right? With the Four of Pentacles. Being smart with your money, smart with your time. Smart with your energy, right? You cannot help other people when it comes at a personal cost to yourself, because that's just going to lead on to misery and resentment, okay? Can you tell us more? Yeah, the Nine of Wands. Look, that one came out square feet. I don't know if you saw the orientation that one came out in, but it did come out square feet. It's your boundaries with the Nine of Wands, right? On the verge of giving up. It feels to me as if someone is deliberately trying to wear you down until you give up, until you change your mind. It's very manipulative. But what's working for you is you can see that for exactly what it is. How this is likely going to play out, you've got the antelope and the wheat. Nourishment. So yeah, the wheat, it grows in abundance. It's literally used for everything, right? That can be quite a resilient plant as well. So yeah, with this one, because it indicates how it's likely going to play out. You're facing a new point in your life, right, where abundance and prosperity come a lot more freely to you. Sorry, Aries, it's been a very long day. My brain just blue screens from time to time. Because it's a card of nourishment, right? So you're focused on what is good for you, what is healthy for you. You changed up your mindset, you changed up your vibe, your energy. And therefore, you're facing a lot of prosperity and abundance because you're now focused on the right things to be focused on, right? I kind of feel, because it's nourishment, that you will feel nourished, content, safe, right? You will feel a lot less overlooked, okay? Because I kind of get the impression here that someone was making you feel as if you had to choose between you and them, right? And they're making you feel guilty for you choosing you, okay? So you're not falling into that trap. I'm going to pull another card here and find out more about this one. Can you tell us more about how this is likely going to play out? Aries. Yeah, the Two of Swords. Hidden information. Something was being kept from you. Someone was not being forthcoming, or they still won't be forthcoming. Six of Pentacles. Okay. All of a sudden, there it is. Let me see. The Hermit and the Three of Pentacles. Humble energy, hard worker. Okay. Yeah, listen, very likely, whoever this individual is, they're likely still to continue to try and play their games with you. But now you're coming from a much different place, which is, look, this needs to be equal or it's not going to happen at all. See, yeah. The Fool. Doing a spin. Should I stay? Should I go? I don't know. I'm going round in circles. I'm not getting anywhere. And then you got the Two of Cups at the bottom of the deck. I feel that you're choosing a new path. You're choosing a new direction. Instead of traipsing over the old, stagnant ground, you're changing everything up. You're putting your foot down. And you're like that. If it ain't fair and equal, I'm not involved with it. I'm gone. What's this Hermit for Aries, please? What's this Hermit for Aries? Thank you. That's Squiffy. The Lovers. Okay. And the Three of Pentacles. High Priestess. With the Empress at the bottom of the deck. Wow. Okay. Yeah, there's a separation with this energy. You in your head here, figuring out, okay, I need to separate from this person. I need to go off in a different direction here. I don't feel that you're announcing anything, though. You're not likely going to be making any kind of announcement because it's the Hermit. And you've got the High Priestess. Both of these energies are very, very quiet because they have this innate knowing, this internal wisdom. It's like you don't need to stress your point any further. You've already said your piece, right? Three of Pentacles with the High Priestess. It kind of feels like bowing out quietly, right? You could be leaving a company, leaving a business, leaving a person, a relationship. You're bowing out quietly because you don't want any drama here. There's a part of you that knows it's not likely going to be anything different with that person or within that situation. So you're bowing out quietly. And then you've got the Empress, which is massive abundance. Is literally, it's that card there, the antelope and the wheat. That's basically the Empress energy. So consider it as the Empress times 2, okay? Doesn't matter if you're a man or a woman. Empress energy belongs to everyone. This is you reaching your absolute ultimate potential because it's abundance, growth, fertility, right? Yeah, 10 of Wands at the bottom of the deck. You're prepared for the hard work that it's going to entail. But because you're dedicated enough, that's basically guaranteeing your success here. Can I have a healing message for Aries, please? Healing message for Aries. Breakthrough, yeah. This one's come out squiffy because you can't see the breakthrough yet, but it's definitely on the way, okay? You can't see the breakthrough yet because you've not yet made a full and complete decision about what you're going to do with that person who you feel has been emotionally playing games with you or emotionally manipulating you. Okay, when you make that final decision, that's when you get that breakthrough. A significant breakthrough is near. Whatever you're going through, it's preparing you for this big break. Yeah. See, Empress. Discovery, progress, and big boost. And you can see it's literally an egg. So that metaphorical egg, it's getting ready to hatch, right? It's something that you're doing, something that you're thinking of doing has reached its point of full gestation, if you will, and it's ready to be born. It's ready to hatch out into the world, right? This is a powerful symbol of this is going to be the week for you to really focus and work hard on what it is that you're wishing to achieve, okay? Because you are likely to see amazing results with this breakthrough and the Empress, and then you've got wide open. The path before you is clear. Your desires and intentions are supported by the universe. No blocks, open path, and yes, yeah. So you've got the green light from the universe. Okay, Aries. It's important that you don't let anyone else stop you or slow you down, whatever you do. Because the universe is giving you the green light here. If you were considering starting something new, starting a new business, this is going to be the week for you to do that, right? You're feeling somewhat confused by the events that are unfolding around you and the various seemingly contradictory information that is coming your way. Trust your instincts and do what they are telling you to do, and you will learn a lot about yourself and the direction that you want your life to take. Yeah, so you've got to follow your instincts on this one, Aries, okay? Take everyone else's opinions out of the equation. You have to listen to your own instincts, and don't allow anyone to abuse your power or to take it away from you. Remember, you will be treated how you allow others to treat you. Show them that you value yourself far too much to settle for anything less than what you deserve. Yeah, your boundaries, like literally, your read has come full circle there, Aries. Right, so let's get some wonderful words of wisdom from the shitty deck, just to uplift this reading before we go. Okay. Be the chess player and not the chess piece. Shitty people only think about making moves that will only affect themselves, but good people make moves that can benefit the whole entire game. Yeah. So your focus is on the highest outcome for all, right? Sometimes you feel like shit, sometimes you aren't happy about it, but it's better to feel like shit than to be full of shit. Wow. But yeah, that is what I have for you guys today. I genuinely hope that reading has been helpful. For personal readings with me, my website is phoenixkeiatarot.com. The link for that is in the description box below. Thank you so very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.